Good morning, everyone. It's Sunday, 10:40. It's a new day on the planet. I haven't made a live in a really long time. But today it's a special day because, as you all know, we launched a print with KÖNIG GALERIE. And I'm not going to talk alone. I'm going to invite Johann right now. Let's see if Johann is here.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
That went smooth and easy.
Yeah, I didn't make a live for a really long time and was a little bit skeptic, but it's working. And
Me
we have
neither. Me
already
neither.
quite some people joining us, so it's wonderful.
Perfect.
You are in front of a really nice painting.
Exactly. I'm in front of the original, which let me see if things changed now. I think the double click is changing how do I flip the camera?
I think you have like these little arrows, one from one sense, one from another.
Here.
Yeah.
Here we go. So exactly, I'm in front of the original. I mean, that's actually the interesting conversation we're having here.
Exactly. What is an
In terms of
original?
what is the original? Because I think that there's a law case still going on, or I stopped following after a while. But you know the current status, because Götz Vaillant, who was a poster painter of so for maybe not everybody knows. So this what we see here is this famous restaurant Paris Bar. And I think how I understand that you created this painting, it's one in the context of the history of Kippenberger, Daniel Richter, like also and Hödicke, which we take a look at, sort of like a male-dominated art history of painting on one side, but on the other one, your paintings or your work is very much driven by lifestyle, experience, living through life, a French sort of idea of eating, drinking, playing cards, séance, and so on. Is that right?
Yes, and to go back through history, exactly. So I think if somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, I think in 1993, Kippenberger Götz Vaillant painted for Kippenberger the first Paris Bar painting, who was sold later on, and now it's part of the Pinot collection in Paris. I think it was sold for tax reasons, right?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
They need money. It's a wonderful artwork. Later on, Daniel Richter, I think maybe it's around the 2000 that he made the second version, something like this.
Yeah.
And then I made, let's say, a copy or a third version, because it's not really a copycat of the original painting, because I changed all the artworks on the wall in 2021. And yeah, I was sitting in the Paris Bar. I think it's a wonderful place to go. There's so much art. There's so much history. There's really interesting people, the waiters, the vibe. And then I was looking at this beautiful work from Richter on the wall. And I just thought, exactly, it's a copy of a copy. So this work really invites you to keep on copying and to keep on reproducing it. And for me, it was just fun and a really interesting exercise to finally have a French woman, it's called the Paris Bar after all, to do it. And I know I'm not the only painter who have done this painting. We are many, and 4 years ago.
Isn't the receipt also part of this, or that's another work?
No, this came parallel. It was another Paris Bar painting, and it was for my first show with you in the chapel exactly 4 years ago. And I always wanted to make a print of the original painting, because the original painting is not mine anymore. And I always wanted to have a memory of it. And so 4 years later, the print came out. Yeah, that's the story.
And maybe we go through the pictures which are on the painting. Let me see again.
Yes. So for me, you can start to show the Hödecke painting, which I think it's way, 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 way bigger in real. It's a Paris bar painting from Carlos Hödecke, a painter that I love. And he made this work in 1991, which is the year I was born. And I wish so much that I could have this work. And so this is why I repainted this work. Above, you have this still life with the fish, which I think is also,
And
yeah.
you know what's interesting story is here this Hödecke painting. It's huge. It's white background and red painted, and actually it's like Hödecke is here on the side, so entering the restaurant. But you also did not make a one-to-one copy. Or how close is what we see on this picture here in the whole. I mean, the Hödecke hangs on the wall. And how much did you copy it one to one?
So also, just for people to know as a background, the original painting from Kippenberger of the Paris bar, I have never seen it in real. So I work from a tiny photo on my computer. And same with the Hödecke, I actually never seen this work in real before. I remember getting to know the work of Hödecke because you had a huge show with him in the gallery. And there was this work in the nave. You remember?
Yeah.
This was a few years ago, but I didn't see the show in real. And so from this photo that you had from the gallery, I reworked. So it's kind of a copy, but a reinterpretation. I try to be working with the style of each painter. But I didn't try so hard, of course. I just did it really spontaneously. But I think it's quite similar to the original.
Yeah, the
Not
funny
the
thing
not
is
the
that
size.
I sold this to a collector, a very important Berlin-based collector. And then the other day I booked a table at Paris Bar and went to Paris Bar website. And then I saw they use this picture, the Hödecke picture, as the key image. So if you go to
On their
Paris Bar
website,
now,
it's
on their
true.
website, and but the funny thing is, the the unfortunately, Hödecke passed away, but neither the family nor the collector knew. Which is no, I mean, everybody's happy that they use it, but the funny thing is that no one, we all didn't know, and that's interesting also how images are used, and I think that the latest court ruling, because so for those who don't know, Götz Vaillant, then I don't know who sued whom, but there was like a law case about ownership, like who is the copyright owner of the painting, and I think that the judge ruled that both are the copyright owners. So
And I think it's also what they decided at the beginning when the work was done. I mean, Kippenberger had asked him to paint it, and they must have agreed also on something at the beginning. I mean, look, I just painted so many paintings of other painters.
exactly. So who else is here on the
So the fish still life, it's from Danny Fox. He's an English painter based in LA.
yeah,
Next to him, you have a work from Beuys.
uh-huh,
The Jaime, it's from Jonathan Meze.
yeah.
And in real, it's really thick. I mean, already in the work that you have the original painting. It's a really thick oil. The Prince Charming on the horse, it's a painting of mine.
This is the one
And
you're
this one,
removing for the print now, right?
yeah, look, I have the print in
Oh, yeah, exactly.
front.
You need to read. That's what we are
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, and here to personalize each print that we are selling, I paint something different. So of course, I decided to remove a painting of mine and not of somebody else. That would have been, I don't know, that would have been really bitchy. So here I made a cat. I feel like it could be really interesting to make, something just blue, like you have a Yves Klein, or to make a Rothko, or to continue on making other artists paintings. It could be really interesting. I mean, I will see. I will start tomorrow to work on it, and I will just always paint something different.
Okay, but only
Then,
for the people to understand. Maybe you can step a bit back because
yeah.
now for another 24 hours it's possible to buy, and that's it. Last time, last chance, and then because this topic won't be touched again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, please continue. Yeah.
I wanted to say I'm getting a lot of requests for people to ask me to make a commission to repaint the Paris bar again.
Yeah.
And that's also a question. I think it should be somebody else now who takes over.
Next, I mean, maybe another female painter.
Yeah. I mean, it's a wonderful exercise to paint. It's almost 4 meters. It's really fun, actually, to make this painting.
Yeah.
And to continue on the wall of fame, here you have a little Matisse.
Yeah.
Here you have Tal Air. This painting, actually, I have the original. We
You
bought
own
it.
it, right? Because you're also
Yeah.
a collector.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
one we own. This is still life from KÖNIG. This is an English artist called David Shringley. Do you know him?
Yeah, of course, David Shrigley.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
I love his work. This is the famous banana of Mano that I think everybody know by now. This is a work from Navot Miller. It's called Boy on Balcony. It's much bigger in real as well.
Yeah.
This is Julian Schnabel.
Yeah.
Much bigger in real. And when I was painting this Paris bar 4 years ago, he had a show at Max Hetzler, and this was the works. And actually, this is also interesting because I thought these huge red abstract on canvas were painted with wine. I don't know why, but it
But
was
it's not.
no, it's a red Japanese ink. But this is how I got the idea later on to paint with wine. And then you remember 4 years ago, I made my first wine painting, also of the Paris bar.
Yes. Yes.
And so the idea came from seeing this exhibition of Schnabel, of thinking that he painted with wine. But it was ink. And to continue, the last, this is Henri Rousseau. The original is called Chat Tigre, so like a cat tiger. Another Matisse, and this is another one of mine, these tiny little shows, these tabby shoes from Margiela.
But I
And
mean, what's
that's it.
interesting also, I think, is that I think once you said to me that you started to paint things you were desired for, like a
Yeah.
chateau and a car, and
Yes.
and now in the gallery we have this card house. Like in the northern countries, we say card house. In the French and South countries, you say chateau for.
Yeah.
And the tarot, which is also that you painted the tarot cards, and now the void where you took your horse painting out. Maybe you can show us again in the print.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, I made a cat because I want cats. Maybe that's why.
but you're not going to. It's totally open. It might be abstract. It might be a motive. It might be a signature.
Something written. Yeah, it can be
Okay.
anything.
And each unique, so all is sort of with a unique touch.
Yeah, and here you can see that will be the paint that I'm using. This is gouache. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't open every colors, and then I will have my paint and all my prints working on this big table in the studio. I have to actually clean it for tomorrow, and then I just do what I feel.
And how important is it to you to have it like accessible that people have access to at this price point of a 500 euro that they
I
can
mean,
afford it?
yeah, let's face it, not everybody can also buy a print that is 500 euro. I know it, but I think it's also really good for people to understand what this price mean. And I think you are always transparent with your prices, and I really like that. So 500 euro means, first of all, the gallery, we share 50-50. We only get actually 200 each because this 100 euro is for production, the print, Mehrwertsteuer, and all the little extra cost of, packaging. You work with people and so on and so on and so on. And from this 200 euro that we both get, actually we give 50% to the Finanzamt. So we only get 100 euro in our pocket each. And I still know that 500 euro is a lot of money for many people, but I think it's actually for the quality of the print, the size. I think it's a fair price, and I know that there are a lot of people who can't collect art. Art is a really luxurious thing, and you need
the
place.
whole project you said evolved from the fact that you wanted to have sort of a version of it yourself.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
when I do prints and so on, it's work that I really love, that I know I have to sell because I need to pay my studio. I need to keep on going. And I want to have a memory. So I did this for myself. This is why also actually I want to keep number one, because this is a print that I made for me, but I know that I'm not the only one who love it. And I'm really happy that a lot of people will have this version in the house.
Yeah, it's interesting. Maybe you can show again the size of the print, because
Yeah.
we made a couple of tests, and surprisingly, it was better in what is it now, 50 by 90, right?
Yeah.
Because we had bigger versions. So maybe is it possible to understand
The
the
size?
dimensions now? You have anything to compare
Right.
it with to
Here you
see?
see I'm doing my taxes at the moment, but here I have
Yeah.
a cup. We can see a cup
Yeah,
next
yeah.
to
Ah,
it
yeah. That's a good. Yeah.
and a glass.
That's another podcast conversation we need to have about your experiences with the Finanzamt,
Yeah, I'm traumatized.
Johanna and us, we did a solo booth when we were still doing art fairs. We did a solo booth in Vienna, and very successful actually. But for example, we sold the main painting. We sold to the Hall collection in Derneburg, and they were not at the fair, but Johanna and I was at the fair. And now the Finanzamt says that Johanna's trip to Vienna and her expenses there were actually a holiday trip and not work related. So they did not let her deduct the expenses. But actually, funny. So obviously, we didn't pay for your trip.
You paid, I think, for the hotel, and I paid for the plane.
Ah, okay. And now they
And
say the
we
plane is not deductible.
and also you basically when we had lunch it was you who were paying. I think
Yeah.
I ate one time alone, and this for them, yeah, they think it's holidays because I mean the Finanzamt, some
Yeah.
people in the Finanzamt think that all my residencies, if I go abroad for the opening that I have of my work in another country, that I'm actually not working. Yeah, that's I'm doing holidays. I wish I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a complicated topic that so many people don't understand that art is work. Then being present and talk like today, what we are doing, it's also work, and
Yeah.
it looks like fun, and it is fun because I chose also to have a job that I love. And I think it's really difficult for people to understand, and then you can be punished. And I have been punished this year by the Finanzamt to give back all the money of the 3 years of work. And I had a week to pay, otherwise they were freezing my account like I was a criminal. And now we are opening a lawsuit. So I don't know how much I can actually talk about.
There again, we were lawsuits before. This is like with the ownership copyright of the work. But interesting is that what I often try to say is that when collecting art or buying art is the most direct way of supporting artists and also the infrastructure, because I think artists need galleries to sort of present their work and sell it to be self-sustained. That's, I think, sometimes not really what people have in focus, that buying art is sort of direct support to artists. Do you, because you started the call, are there some questions you want to go into detail before we wrap it up?
Sure, why not?
I think you have to, if I remember correctly, on the
Yeah, it's me,
downside.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I go to the little question point. No questions yet.
Ah, okay, good. Even better. So
But let me show you a last thing that I just received because I was in France and I just came back yesterday. Talking about tarot, so we have the show that is still going on for one more week. Actually, next Sunday we have I'm doing a talk at the gallery. But I painted the small cards this
yeah,
summer and a residency that probably the Finanzamt is going to say I'm not working because they don't believe that I work in my residencies. Anyway, I just got I'm creating a game. So this is the original cards. And these are the prints of the game that I will have. So now, of course, they will be cut, but I just got them finally, which means that my tarot deck will come out maybe this year or beginning of next year. And I wish it could have been out for the tarot exhibition that we have, but yeah, it's not up to me. It takes time to do that. But yeah, that's also a beautiful object that will come. But right now, the focus is the Paris bar print.
Yeah, so only to explain again, we do these. We started with your print back then, which was also like a table still life.
Yeah.
And then we did it during Corona quite a lot, but now since long time we did it again. So it works like this: that people order, and it's only available for this limited time. And after tomorrow 11 a.m., it's not going to be available anymore. And then you create as many unique versions as there are orders. And actually, one thing I wanted to ask: you just referenced these motifs. You just did it, or did you ask the artist to complicate it? No, you just created it.
I did it. Also, I do the same, when I made Chanel bags, Hermes bags, and so on.
Yeah, you don't ask, of course. Yeah.
It's still it's art, and it's not a one-to-one copy. It's more of a reinterpretation. And I know, for example, that Jonathan Meze was actually really happy to have the work in the Paris bar yesterday. He also reposted the print, for example. So I know that most of the artists who have seen it, they are actually happy to be. And some, like Julian Schnabel, I don't think he have seen it. Too bad. And some are dead.
Oh, and
But
do you know which pictures are in the Vaillant Kippenberger one?
No, not really. Do
I
you?
don't think it's. I think it's more like just. It's not real. I think they're just reference pictures which show landscape or so, but I don't think they're actual artists.
But the one of Daniel Richter, yes.
Yeah, but I mean the one before.
The one
You know
before.
who's in Daniel Richter's
I
painting?
think you remember we were there together, we were looking at it, but right now with the pressure of the live and like this, I will make some mistake if I tell you I don't really exactly remember. And you?
No, but who would be a great candidate to create one?
The
I
next
think
version.
who could be interesting is Amir Fatal, who works with artificial intelligence, and then is not even painting it himself, but
Yeah.
ordering it in China. Because I mean, a lot of artists do that. Like I went to Jeff Koons' studio. There are many people painting, but he's not painting. I don't think he makes a mystery about it, but so I think that could be interesting, like AI generated image, because it's interesting when he creates these pictures, you think it looks like a wall, but it's not. So it's like, yeah, who else you would sort of bucket
What
list?
could be interesting is that to have a group exhibition of all the versions of the Paris bar.
Yeah, and the Hödicke did many paintings of the Exil, which was a restaurant before the Paris bar.
I was not born.
And Bruno Brunet, the legendary art dealer, he used to be a waiter at the Paris bar.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Paris bar.
Contemporary fine arts.
There is so much about this place, and this place really invites you to take part and to do it. So yeah, really encourage people to make their own version of the Paris bar.
Okay, perfect. So questions, still no questions? Then let's wrap it
I
up.
saw some questions going, but they are not into the little question thing, so
Maybe
I
in the
can't.
text?
Yeah, I don't know how to do this. Wait, I'm looking now. Okay, so nice. So I get it right. Each print is personalized by a picture on the back wall, which is replaced by a personalized painting by you. Yes, you got it right. Tickets for the exhibition. You don't need tickets for the exhibition. It's for free. The talk is also for free. The talk is on the last day, Sunday, 9th of November. I can't remember I think 2 o'clock. We will post about it, and everyone is welcome to see the exhibition. It's a beautiful show, I think.
I'm actually thinking about starting to take to ticket.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of talk where you buy the tickets, and I think why not also.
Yeah, this talk is for free, but I'm thinking about ticketing the exhibitions as well.
No.
Yeah, because I mean, interesting enough, most like 95% of the people or 90% of the people who come in think it's ticketed. And I mean, again, this morning I read the Project Native Informant, very interesting gallery from London. They just announced their closing. It's like it's funny, since we don't do art fairs anymore, we do better. Because I mean, in financial downturn times, it goes in this direction, and in hype phases it goes into the other one. But I think it's we have to rethink the system somehow.
I agree, but also museum tickets are so expensive. And I remember when I was in my 20s, I couldn't go to museum because I just had no money. I couldn't afford it. And galleries, you can see so much great show. I was in Paris last week of contemporary art for free. And I think art should be for free and should be available for the people. So if you ever put tickets to see your exhibitions, I think mine should always stay for free. And if I ever have great big museum shows, I would fight to have a really cheap ticket for people to see it. Because, for example, I had a show a few years ago where I was there by chance that day in the gallery, and there was this really old lady, maybe end of her 80s, with her tiny purse, who came to pay the tickets, and she never has been in the gallery in her life before. But she saw it through the window, and we told her it's for free, and she was in, and she was so happy to see just art, and she went spontaneously, and then she asked me if I could take a photo of her with my work. And this is this moment that I love. I think of my grandparents, of my parents who don't really go to see art, and I really push them to go to step the door of a gallery that is not really welcoming when you enter. And I felt like shit so many times entering a gallery, feeling I'm not worth, I don't look like I will buy the art. And I want all of these people to go. There are schools who are coming to see
No, of
to
course,
KÖNIG
you can
Gallery.
still say kids for free and so on. I just sometimes even I have the feeling that people would feel easier to step over the border, because then a very low ticket, but more because then they bought the right to be there. Some are feeling, I mean, you can't see, I don't know, a movie for free, but our space is also a bit different. Anyway, I'm just different. I'm just thinking.
Yeah, and it's good to think out loud and to see what people think and to see how to continue, because the art world is really changing.
Yeah.
Really.
And we have, I don't know, of course, then still less people would come, but I don't know, yesterday, I think we had 1,000 visitors, something like this.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Okay,
It's
good.
really...
All important questions are answered, no? Or is there anything else?
About the print, I don't think so. I think it's 24 hours more now. This was also something that we were discussing. We always did 24 hours drop.
Yeah.
Is 48 hours better? Is it less stress for people to buy it? Are we even selling more long term? I have no idea. I think it's good to try. And we see, and tomorrow at 11, we know the final result. I guess I will share the result. What do you say?
Sure. I think Lena wanted to have 48 hours, if I remember
No,
correctly.
I think Lena wanted 24, but
Okay.
I wanted to try 48.
Okay.
And we tried, and we see. And I guess we talk tomorrow.
Perfect. Johanna, thank you so much.
Yeah,
And
thank
don't
you.
forget to share the video now.
Okay, I will
It's going to
focus
ask you,
on
and then
this. Okay, I
perfect.
do that.
Super.
Thank you,
Have a nice
everyone, for
Sunday.
listening. You too.
Ciao,
Ciao,
ciao.
Johann.